Majority of problems with DX6 tools not firing can be solved by simply taking it apart and giving it a clean and putting it back together. So I'm going to be showing you all the steps in how to get it back to being good as new. So the things that you're going to need is your cleaning kit comprising of different wire brushes, some spray and a cloth, and you've got your DX6. Now the first thing to check is to make sure that the tool isn't loaded. So this one's had the cartridges taken out and the nails taken out as well. We've got a red button on the side of the fastener guide. We need to give that a press and we rotate the fastener guide and give it a pull, like that. And then out comes the fastener guide, the piston, and also the buffer. So things that you would want to check first of all is the condition of the piston and the buffer. You want to make sure there's no chips, splits, cracks or breaks. This one looks in pretty good condition. And the buffer, you want to make sure you can see this yellow ring around it as well. If you can't see that, then it's time to replace it and get a new one. Next, we need to get the main barrel of the tool out. So there's a lever on top and there's also a cleaning brush symbol, which we need to rotate the barrel around to be able to pull it out. So if we give the lever a press, we rotate it around and pull it out, and that is your DX6 completely taken apart. So now what we need to do is give all of the components a clean and a lubricant, and then we can go ahead and put it back together. So first step is your piston. We've checked this is still in good condition. So now what we need to do is get rid of any corrosion that might have collected around all the contact patches of the piston. So we've got our wire brush, and we just get rid of any carbon build-up and any corrosion. Next up, we have the barrel of the tool. We've also got our wire brush. So we want to scrape out any bits of carbon build-up that have built up over time. There's a tiny hole at the back of the barrel. That's where the cartridge sits. And we want to give that a bit of a scrape out as well. And then all of these little bars that are coming out, they can get a bit of carbon build-up on them as well. So we want to get rid of anything that's been deposited on it. Next, we use our cartridge tool. So any tiny bits of carbon build-up that are still inside the tool, or any bits of plastic from the strip that may have snapped off, can come out just by putting the cartridge tool in the top of the tool and at the bottom of the tool to work anything loose. We've got our small wire brush and we've got a collection of different holes inside the tool, which we just want to put the little wire brush in just to get rid of any little carbon build-up that might be left in there. So now it's time to lubricate everything to protect it from corrosion and also keep all of the components nicely lubricated to keep it in good working order. So we've got our bottle of DX spray, which we'll put a couple of squirts into the barrel. Now to get this back into the tool, there's a couple of arrows which need to be lined up. Okay, so 2 arrows just there. They get lined up with an arrow on top of the tool body. Once you've lined those up, the barrel will just slide in once you give it a twist. Then what we need to do is lubricate the piston. So we do a couple of squirts on the contact patch of the piston, and we can spread it around with the cleaning cloth. We drop our piston back in, and now it's time to get the buffer back onto the fastener guide. Quite often I've found putting the fastener guide onto the buffer can be the way to do it. It just makes it a bit easier to put it on. And then to get the fastener guide back onto the tool, it's a case of push it, give it a twist, and that is your tool completely back together. And what we've found is if you've got a DX tool that isn't firing, the majority of the time, by doing this process, you can get it back to like new. And if you're still continuing to have problems with any kind of DX tool, feel free to call our customer services team, drop into your nearest Hilti store, or give your local account manager a quick call, and we'll be more than happy to help you out.